one question is like, when I used to work for an agency, I was managing like 4 models at the same time. Of course, it also did like random shit, like creating a new hiring process or some shit. But like, do you really think that a manager can only like handle 2 creators? Because I know, like, I was managing 4 and I was like onboarding 5 and training 1 manager at the same time, and it worked. So can I
Yeah.
expect the same effort from like my future employees?
Yes and no. I mean, obviously, there's a difference between like you and the average marketing manager, for example, because like I would also say like you, me, or like everyone in this table, we're able to manage more than 2 because we're about it. You know, we are happy to spend 12 hours with full focus. And like the most other employees, they will never do that, right? Even if they're motivated, they will not sacrifice their sleep and all that shit to make it work. They're gonna work there maybe even 10 hours, but then they're gonna clock out. I would also say, like, same with the focus thing. Are you able to get it to a high level? Sure. But the max thing, like the 10 out of 10 videos, you know, if you really think about it, like, really, for one creator, if I would hold a gun to your head and say, okay, I'm gonna, I don't know, like, I'm gonna diddy you unless you have this creator on like a 10 out of 10 level, bro, you're gonna research for like half an hour, like really, okay, how can we make this even better? Like you look at the script again, what if we just get a better hook? This like perfectionism, for more than 2, I'd say you're always gonna sacrifice. But also you can, right? Especially in your situation right now, it would be more of a headache and a fucking huge unsystemized bullshit if we now hire a marketing manager, but I would have it as a goal because imagine you spend your entire day working on just one creator. Obviously, she's going to scale much faster, you know? So this is why I was saying, like, adding new creators is like last thing in the entire priority thing. So yeah, this is what I was saying. Like, I would put your main focus on 2 creators and say, okay, I'm going to wake up, take care of them, make everything perfect. If I'm done by 5 p.m., I'm going to have like 2 more hours to go on the others. If I'm done by like after 2 hours, I have the rest of the day for the other creators. Cool. But this is what I mean with like the different tiers of creators, A tier, B tier. It's not even just like, oh, fuck the B tier. It's just first half of the day, however much time we need is A tier. We're going to make it perfect. And the rest of the creators we're going to sacrifice. That's like always the thing, yeah.
Yeah.
It's possible, but at some point we need to prioritize.
Okay. I get. Okay, I see. Well,
Amazing.
yeah.
All right, but
I don't have any questions.
amazing. From the back end side of things,
Yeah, about the supervisor, how many chatters can she handle at once and how many different tasks too?
yeah, it's kind of the same. Like there's an ideal scenario, and that's the one that we're going to have for the next month. There's different answers because it also depends. Okay, like how is her skill set? What are her tasks? I'd also say anything between 5 and 10 chatters is absolutely the maximum. She can also handle 20. Like don't get me wrong, but ideally she has an idea of what's going on in every chatter's shift. She remembers what they're doing. If she can call them by their first name, we are in a good basis. If she can remember their names, know what their problems are, keep them accountable. Ideally 5 chatters per supervisor, 5 to 6 more or less. So she can actually bond with them, which is like half of supervising is just her giving a shit, which is like what's lacking right now. You're just like, oh, whatever, chatter 1, chatter 2, like whatever. Yeah, I would say that's the sweet spot for sure.
Okay, yeah, I understand.
Would you go for like a supervisor handling more, like handling 5 chatters? Because like it seems like you go like, for example, with the marketing manager, handling only 2 creators is like, of course she gets more focus, but like I just want to fix my mindset. Like, do I just want to save up money? Like, for example, instead of, because 1 manager is gonna be like, I don't gonna pay him as much as for 2 managers. Am I just trying to be like, to keep more profit, or?
I mean, you're not really saving money. I'd say obviously like if you hire like 10 marketing managers now, yeah, gonna be a loss. You should step by step approach it, for sure. But like, I would obviously hire the first one and see, okay, after the training is finished, after the first month, how much are they realistically bringing in? And you can be a bit of a math nerd about it. If we calculate like our own hours, our hourly rate that we bring in, the classic.
The sheets.
Yeah, it's like they're probably gonna save you like whatever, like 3-4 hours every single day. And if you spend those hours actually working, still with the skill they bring in, they usually pay for itself anyway. So in the chatting even, like we can start with 2 because 1 would have too much. We can start with 2 supervisors. And if they have more than enough time in a day left, we don't need more. We see, okay, they're pretty much working 10-hour days and it's still not perfect. Let's get a third one. Okay, maybe a fourth one. And you also, like, as long as you have an eye on it, you keep the tracking. This is why tracking is so nice. You know, you can see like the chatting ratios, also how much feedback they give, the quality of it, basically controlling everything. You're gonna see when it stops being profitable. And it's the same for marketing. You know, you will start with like one manager having 4 creators. At some point you hire the first one, then the second one. You're gonna see a drop off on, okay, now we have too much, let's cut it back a bit for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
But I would never just say, oh, let's hire 10 marketing managers then, because then it's like, A, they're never gonna get trained, and B, you never have the data to compare it with, you know? Fuck yeah. But for me, that's the obvious road to like 100.